Guys, it's Reckless. Today we're gonna do another tier list, but this time, other than baddies, we're gonna do a tier list from F to S, or just whatever ranking, to superpowers. And the first superpower that I think gonna come to people's mind is invisibility. See, I'm gonna put that to D tier because although, yeah, you're invisible. This is like a little thing about like your eyes and shit. Like your eyes collect light to see things, right? But if you're invisible, light just passes through and makes you blind. And if you can see though, you're just like a floating pair of eyes. And plus, if you're like a like type of guy that would choose invisibility, you're a gooner. So I'm gonna put invisibility to D. Invisibility. And another one I could think of is flight. And I'm gonna say flight can be A tier because it means like you don't have to use gas, so you could save up money on, like from gas and yeah, man. And you can like fly anywhere. Honestly, like you don't have to walk and shit. So I'm gonna put flight to A tier. And another one, I think I've learned this superpower from like some dude in a X-Men comic. But the power is called instantaneous adaptation. And what it means is that that motherfucker can adapt to something in like 2 seconds. Let's say a bullet came from there's a bullet just gets shot out and it hits him. But before it could damage him, all of a sudden he can make plate armor so that the bullet wouldn't hit his vital organs, or it would just like protect him. Or if he's like engulfed in flames, his body would like turn into something that would prevent fire from burning him. So I'm gonna put instantaneous adaptation to S tier because if I'm gonna be real with you, that shit is like OP. So I'm putting that on S. Hold on. Wait. And another one could be something like super strength. And if I'm willing to be honest, super strength, yeah, you could like lift shit and all that, but it's like another problem with it is like you can't do certain things or it will just break or something like probably like trying to give your mom a hug and you suddenly snap her back, or you try to high five someone and they just break their fucking hand. Meaning that you can't do much. Like if you try to do the little things, then it'll just end up breaking. So I'm gonna put that on like B tier. Okay. And another one, and it goes up, and it could come from like a character from a show, but not like the name of the characters, but their powers. And for F tier, and this is from the boys, um, and this is coming from Firecracker. Firecracker, her powers is the shittiest because if you watch the show, all she can do is just make sparks like in snap of fingers. That's it. That's just it. Like I could be wrong, but that's just it. Because honestly, I never watched the show, but I know what like some parts of her power is if she has more. But yeah, So I'm gonna say Spark Fingers. I'm just gonna call it that. So yeah, Spark Fingers is F. Fuck. Yeah. Um. Yeah, Spark Fingers. Yeah. I'm gonna say another one is like uh, and also well, this isn't like from like a superhero movie like Marvel or DC, but it's from a movie called The Unhealer, and the power from the main character, because I mean the main character gets some shit. Um, his powers is to be able to like reflect the damage back. So, for example, let's say like if you see parts of the movie, if you watch the movie before, there was like a bully that like came up to him and starts trying to beat the shit out of him, but it was like with his powers. So when he got like I think like punched in the nose, yeah, I think like punch in the nose. Um, the main character, well, he still kind of feels the pain, but the damage is like reflected back to the enemy, and he doesn't get hurt, and the pain is just instantly gone. And if you watch the movie, you'll understand. So I'm gonna call that um, reverse damage. Let's just say that. And honestly, that is also OP. So I'm gonna put that S. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call reflect damage. Yeah, reflect damage. Another one can be another one could be like yeah, another one that's just gonna be on F tier is just and it's also come from the boys. If you watch the boys, you will know a character named Web Weaver. So I mean like it's like Spider Man, but his powers well like he shoots webs and all, but it just comes out of his ass and he can't do much about it. So for that I'm gonna put F. So I'm gonna put spider webs, but from Web Weaver. So, um, spider web. Yeah, Web Weaver. And since we're talking about spider webs, if you're like, if it's we're talking about Spider Man, we're gonna put that on A. So, and another one could be super reflexes. And super reflexes can be like B tier. Yeah, because it's like it's good and all, but eventually at some point you're probably gonna get hit. So, or actually, what am I saying? No, actually, I don't know why I'm gonna put it on B tier. I'm gonna put it on um A. Um, super reflexes. Yeah, reflexes. Um, Another one can be something like yeah, another one can be something like super speed. Uh, and when we are gonna talk about real life, like superpowers in real life, not like in movies and shit. Um, I'm gonna say super speed. I'm gonna put it on F because, and there's a reason, because at high velocity, yeah, like high speed and velocity, friction, like let's say you're fast as the speed of light, let's say, the air particles would be like kind of like brick walls or like sand grains. So it's like it's gonna like friction's gonna be rough on you even though it's air. So it's gonna like tear you up and turn you to ashes. So I'm gonna put it on F. Yeah, F. Another one could be something like breathing underwater. Let's say that breathing underwater can be like a good power, but it can also be mid because at the end of the day, motherfuckers can like let's say you're still at like the surface and motherfuckers can still shoot you and kill you or something. So or just shoot like a torpedo at you. So for that, I'm gonna put um, water breathing on C tier. Yeah, water breathing on C tier. Another one can be something like um another one could be something like X-ray vision. X-ray vision can be like a C tier, but like the invisibility, if you also like wish to have like X-ray vision, then you're kind of a gooner. So I'm gonna put it on B tier, or actually C. Um, X-ray vision. Yep, here we go. And talking about vision, we can say laser vision, but this is real life. So laser vision can like burn your fucking eyes, probably. So I'm gonna put that shit F also. And before you be like, oh, what about stopping time? That's not really bad. First of all, you're a gooner, and second of all, if you pause time or if you like pause, everything, time, all that, you won't be able to see, you won't be able to breathe, you won't be able to move, and you just be dead. And you might be like, why? Because if you stop time, light can stop, so you would be blind. And air particles would also stop, so you can't breathe it in, and also it will like paralyze you. It will just stuck you with that motion, and you won't be able to breathe and all that, and you will die. And if you somehow can move, it's like you're like technically moving at infinite energy. Like it's like opposite energies, like stop and go, and you're like going through the go, so it'll cause like plasma and just make everything explode. So I'm gonna say F. So another one could be something like um yeah, another one could be something like probably like super healing. Super healing could be like a B tier because although you do have super healing, if you get like a lot of damage at quick times, eventually you'll be dead. So we're gonna put super healing at B tier. And talking about super, we're gonna talk about super hearing. with super hearing, yeah, you can hear like tiny details and what's around you, but then things get louder, all that. But that could be also a weakness, like an obvious one, like you could be prone to loud sounds. So let's say a motherfucker in my street goes like 80 miles per hour. That's kind of loud as it is for us, kind of. But for like a super hearing individual, it'll be like, "Ah," and it might just make them deaf at the end of the day. So I'm gonna put super hearing on A, but it's like a depend thing. So I'm gonna put super hearing on A. Yeah, super hearing, and honestly, this is all I could think of. If you like this video, just consider like and subscribe. If you enjoy it, excuse me, sorry. Um, yeah, man, this is this, and if you enjoy the video, if you don't mind, like and subscribe, and you just being here matters, and love you all, and see y'all next time.